Here's Ebony in San Diego. Really glad you waited. I appreciate your patience. Hi.
Hi, Rush. I am a millennial with a true-to-heart Republican father who I have been in a long-lasting, ongoing debate with about the fact that I am a registered independent and what it really means to be a registered independent. So if you can please help us settle this, what is the true meaning or definition of a registered independent?
Now, wait. I'd be glad to do that, but I need to know the circumstances. You said you're having a debate with your...
We've been debating about this for a while now because he is a registered Republican, a true-to-heart registered Republican. He's always raised me that you cannot, as a voter, separate your spiritual beliefs from your political beliefs. So if I'm serious about my spirituality, then I need to be, more or less voting as a Republican because that aligns with what
your dad's a registered Republican and you're a registered independent. He's not happy with that. He's trying to tell you ought to register Republican. Well, what have you told him is your reason for registering independent? What have you told him why you're doing that and what an independent is?
That's actually one of the main points I bring up. I bring you up when we're talking is that I say Rush has multiple times said that as a millennial, I've never seen a true Republican president, and so I don't really have that. I guess I don't have that image of what that really means. And I guess the first president I really witnessed was Bush. And I actually voted for Bush the second time, but I voted for Obama, and I'm not voting for Hillary. And I don't know who I'm voting for, but I don't know.
Well, then you'd have. Well, you don't know who you're voting for, but is it possible you would vote for a Democrat in 2016?
I can't see anyone.
Okay.
No.
All right.
No, at this point, it's about which Republican would I vote for.
Let me help. The first thing I need to clarify when I was talking about millennials was that, this was not a critique or criticism of liberals. It was an attempt to wake up conservatives. The point that I made was Republicans, conservatives running around whining about what millennials think. And I had to remind them, you must realize by virtue of their age, they've never had a chance to vote for a real conservative. There hasn't been one on the ballot, Republicans. You've put up a bunch of moderate squishes, but you haven't put up a conservative, so the millennials don't know what one is. Therefore, what they think of conservatism is what the media tells them and what the Democrat Party thinks of them and what the Republican establishment thinks of them.
And I've not seen... the practices of what my dad doesn't even agree with, the president, the views of whatever the Bush or whatever other candidate. He doesn't fully agree with it because they don't represent for him true conservatism. So he doesn't even. So I'm asking him. You're not like it's almost a question of like, why are you a true Republican? Why are you still? I guess it's, you can say.
Well, that's because there's no way he's a Democrat. So he's a Republican holding out hope that the conservatives will make a move and take over the party.
Exactly.
That's why he wants you on his side doing it as an independent. My guess is that his view of an independent is that you're not committed. An independent is sitting around waiting, but really won't commit to anything until they make up their minds. And even then, they don't want their commitment to be seen as to a party.
But can it be that one side isn't correct on everything? Can I be agreeing with this side on certain particular things?
Well, of course, but let me ask you this. Are you married?
Yes.
Is your husband right about everything?
No.
And you're still married, aren't you?
Yes.
All right. In fact, your husband's probably very rarely right, is my guess, and yet you're still there.
He's right. He's a smart guy. He's pretty right.
Okay, even better. So he's right a lot of times, but he's not perfect, and yet you're still Mrs. Whoever.
So then I think about the independent as a nice, comfortable place that I can feel where I'm sitting here and I can say, well, I'm not going to fully commit to either party until I see.
I know that's what you think.
From those parties.
I know that's exactly what you think.
From the conservatives, as a Republican, you can't say that they've been.
I know that's exactly Ebony what you think, and I'm not here I'm not taking the occasion of your really, really good quality question. I'm not going to bash independence here. That's not the point. But your dad, I understand exactly what he's talking about. You just said it. You're going to sit around. You're waiting. You're picking and choosing. In the process, you get to tell yourself, you're not closed-minded. You're open-minded. You are open to all things. Whereas these people that identify themselves one way or the other, they're just rock-solid committed and they're closed-minded or what have you. And you want to portray yourself as someone who is vastly broad-minded and open to anything and not locked rigidly into something because you fear what people might think of that. Or you don't want to think ill of it. It stands to reason for a lot of people because the media and both political parties, by the way, have made the independents feel godlike. Consultants, particularly Republican consultants, have vaunted independents to a level of importance that's greater than rank-and-file Republicans. So it stands to reason you'd want to be one. You'd want to be the focus of everybody's attention. You listen to your average Republican campaign consultant, they're running around telling, yeah, he who wins the independents wins the elections. I'm the guy that can get to the independents. The independents don't like us when we're critical of Obama. The independents don't like it when we're doing it. You got to dial it back. You got to be more moderate. And so people say, I'm one of those. I'm one of those. I'm an independent because I want to be the focus of everybody's attention. And there's a difference between independent and moderate, Ebony. A moderate is just a gutless liberal that won't admit to being one. An independent is a little higher up on the chain than that. But your dad just wants a teammate. He just wants you on his team. That's all. That's what he means, but I'm fairly confident.